All right, you don't believe it.
Okay, yeah, you're right. I don't. Yeah, I don't just blindly believe
until you see it. Until you see it in photographic form. No.
I didn't say. I didn't necessarily.
I'm just trying to clarify what you're saying.
Yeah, because you're gonna make a religion joke because you're a remedial mental midget. So yeah, I'd have never seen God.
Jesus
cool story,
go
bro.
on, give us a hit. Hit me again.
I know that's what you're gonna say. I've never seen God. That's all you got.
Hit me harder.
You believe in the Bible and you've never even seen God. That's all you got.
I wasn't even. That's all in your head, mate. I wasn't going there at all.
Oh, then where are you going? No. Okay, I need physical, empirical, verifiable evidence.
How do you explain anti-crepuscular?
Right. So you don't believe it could happen in two places at one time?
Wait, do you have evidence that it could happen?
No.
Then why do you believe it could happen?
Because it has happened in more than one place at one time.
But you just said you have no evidence of it, so how do you know it has happened?
WITSIT, I posted a picture of crepuscular rays in Antarctica.
See, this is why I don't come in this place, right? Because when I dismantle one of you and back you into a corner, then someone else jumps in and asks a totally different question, and it's been happening for a straight 15 minutes. That's all you people do.
That's what they do.
It's kind of relevant, WITSIT. Why can I have crepuscular rays if the sun is local in Antarctica?
Oh, have you been to Antarctica?
Yeah, twice.
Oh, you've been to Antarctica? Can you provide the observations of crepuscular rays, please?
I posted a picture of it in the chat, dude.
Did you take that?
No.
So where'd you get? You Googled it?
That's the genetic fallacy.
Okay, okay, but I don't just. Hey, Brenda, are there things on Google that aren't true?
The things that are true.
Oh, that's right. So here at 10:04 for all the zealots in the room at 10:04.
Your claim that something is false because of its origin.
No. I claim something's false because you don't actually have verifiable evidence of it. You're just baselessly asserting it.
Take it.
The claim it couldn't possibly happen.
By us.
What?
We don't know you took those pictures. We don't know.
No, I have the evidence that I took the pictures.
No, I don't care. It's not verifiable by me.
Yes, it is. You can go to Key West right now. Yes, it is. Okay, I'll show the timestamps on my iPhone that's documented in the analytics of my phone, you moron.
Right now, too.
What?
And I can see you're faking them.
I also have a P900 that I'm making the observations with, and then I document.
Has Apple ever lied to us?
Okay, so you're really reaching, huh?
Apple's lied to us, and
we should derail now.
Guys, think about how off the rails these guys are. Like, I actually made these. Everything that I've posted is things that I literally made the observation. Right? I made the observation.
I don't believe you.
Okay, I made the observation yesterday in Key West, right?
And on a runway that was 4
oh my gosh, you guys are pathetic, man.
WITSIT, I was up far up north. I fucking worked on a long ass airport. I got curve in my fucking phone.
You got curve on your phone from an airport.
Yep.
I used to work at an airport, and 200 pilots think you're an idiot. So that's the best you got?
We got that documented, WITSIT.
What?
We got it documented.
My employment at the airport?
Hold on a second, Drusk. Can you hear Gypsy speaking?
No, I just talked to them.
Hold on a second. We need to slide a bit of order here. So, Gypsy, you were talking to WITSIT about a particular topic. Do you want to finish it off? Yeah. Okay, let's go. Airports have a 1% slope from the crown going off to the ditch. Highways have a 2% slope. 4 kilometers long. You can.
That's for water runoff.
You can see, yeah, exactly.
Nothing to do with convexity of terra firma.
Right? There's a 1% slope, right?
That's way more than it would be if the Earth was curving. Yeah, you already got dismantled. That's a higher rate of convexity than if the Earth was curving. Wow, that was hard.
No, just wait.
Okay.
I gotta scroll back to my Churchill photos.
That's a cool story. So here, guys, at 10:04, I showed another observation of crepuscular rays. Are y'all telling me that light ray isn't converging onto the sun there?
Oh,
what? I think I'm scared of Gypsy, the guy who I've just literally dismantled like 500 times.
Bro, I could dismantle you in a fucking second. You ain't nothing. You gotta step your game up. Some people, you may sound smart because you can talk fast, but to others, you just sound retarded.
So are you going to actually provide any substance or just tell us about your feelings?
Yeah, I got to scroll back 1,200 fucking photos and videos.
Okay, well then shut up and go on mute until you get some actual evidence. Because I got mine ready, buddy.
I mean, at least be polite to people, WITSIT. No one's being aggressive with you.
Really? Have you not been here for the last 15 minutes?
The person that's being aggressive is you.
Oh, have you not been here for the last 15 minutes?
And you're continuing...
all sorts of things.
See, someone
you've been calling people names and idiots and all sorts of things, mate.
Because
you're starting it off. You're starting it.
That's not true. So, because I came in and I calmly said, "See, here we go. Interrupt me again." I calmly.
I found the video. It's buffering. I'm gonna upload in 2 seconds.
Y'all, I think you guys know that I actually am busy and have things to do. So, if you can just drag it out as long as possible, I have 2 options. One is just to sit it out and wait for you to stop.
You can leave, of course.
See, I have 2 options. One is to just. Well, yeah, okay.
You sound like little girl.
Yeah, so I have 2 options here. My only options are to either start clapping back at you and trying to talk back over you and then sinking into the little spiral of depravity, which is why I stopped coming in here. Or 2 is to wait it out, let you all get out all the insults, all the diversions, all the red herring fallacies, all the ad hoc fallacies. Wow, you can't let me finish.
You tend to drone on a bit, mate.
It wasn't even 10 seconds I was talking.
Hey, buddy, there's the video. This is on the left side on the 1% slope. The crown is to the right. So to the left is the 1% slope. No matter what, you should see those 4 white bins that peek up all the time, but you don't.
Which makes up.
I took the video. This is me working on the airport in Churchill, Manitoba. My video.
Okay, so what's the rate of convexity on this airport?
There's a 1% slope from the crown.
1% slope from the crown. Is that a greater rate of convexity than the supposed terra firma convexity of your ball Earth?
That's not the point.
Oh, it is the point. Let me explain to everyone if they just happen to not understand. I'm guaranteeing that you'll interrupt me, though. There you go. So he's allowed to interrupt me every time? Is that how this works?
Not every time. Gypsy, let him respond.
Meaning the land should be down. You should always see those 4 points that pop up in the video, but you don't.
Okay, so is this where you stop interrupting me?
The curve.
Good story, Gypsy. Let WITSIT explain it.
Yeah, so he's saying that there's a 1% drop-off, right? That is a significantly higher rate of convexity than they even claim the convexity rate of terra firma. To claim that this is somehow synonymous to proving the Earth's terra firma curving is so incredibly laughably dumb that we're going to just move on from it.
Okay, what's laughable is that you're misinterpreting what he's saying.
I'm going to ask Gypsy a quick question. You're saying curvature from the crown. Now, I would take that's from the centre of the runway to the edges, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm
about 2 to 3 feet from the crown on the left-hand side of the runway, looking down the runway off a little to the left. So there's the 1% slope from the runway, then from the ditch, which is lower ground, and then the other ditch, which is lower ground. And then you have those white fucking things that pop up when I move the camera up. Bottom line, if it was flat, that wouldn't happen. You would always see that.
It's not flat. It's built with convexity to run off the water.
Yeah, 1%.
I used to work at an airport. This is dumb. Do you not realize why it's dumb?
Why would the airport be curved lengthwise and not widthwise?
I just explained that it has convexity for water runoff.
That's more like a football field when they have it more like a dome around the football field. So
do you think that football fields prove the Earth's a ball?
No.
Okay, so that's what you're basically saying right now.
No, it's not. I'm just...
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. The convexity of the runway built for water runoff is non sequitur. It is not analogous, nor is it even relevant to the...
Let me just qualify this, because I've never worked in an airport and you have, so let me just get this from you directly, WITSIT. So is that 1% curve for the length of the runway or the width of the runway?
It's the width of the runway.
Oh, you just said
the runway should be as flat
as
you can make it to the Earth's curve, so instruments and all that other shit can whatever.
That's not true. Wait. So all the other instruments can whatever. Okay, this is the truth, okay? Because I actually worked at an airport and I knew the owner. I'm still talking, buddy. Hey, buddy. I'm still talking. Okay?
You and Gypsy both worked at an airport. Carry on.
Okay, so yeah, if there is convexity and the width of the runway is to prevent a buildup of water, then we do the same thing with highways. The convexity rate that it's built is significantly greater than they claim that the Earth's curvature rate is.
One more question for you very, very quickly. Are runways over 3/4 of a mile wide?
No.
So that's kind of what you'd need for your 1% gradient to be greater than the Earth's curvature.
So you get so you understand my point then. It's literally an irrelevant postulation.
No, because you're claiming that the convexity of that runway is greater than the Earth, as we model it as a globe, and it's not, so that was wrong. And it's not the length of the runway where we've got the convexity, it's the width of the runway. And the runway itself, is, the crown is as flat as possible, which is, I think, both you and Gypsy seem to agree on. So I'm trying to understand where you're getting this point from. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, so are you saying that this is actually built curving because the Earth's a ball?
No, I'm asking you a question.
Well, yeah, this is the answer to the question. They built it with convexity, the slightest form of convexity they can build it, because you want to level out anything that you build, if you guys didn't know that. But it has to have a little bit of convexity, just like highways, because the water can't build up. You don't want to land a plane in a giant puddle of water.
We all agree on that bit. That's all cool. Now,
this doesn't prove the Earth's a ball.
I haven't finished my question. Now, explain how that convexity means that we're seeing on that runway is obscuring those bins in the distance.
How does convexity obscure things? Is that your question?
No. How is that the convexity of that runway from left to right? Hide the bins. What impact is it having on us viewing those bins? Because this is
how long is the runway? You don't know. So
I don't know.
Okay, well, if it's not even a mile long, hey man, look, check it, bro. It'd have to be 1.2 miles.
How long is that runway, Gypsy? Because
not 1.2 miles.
4 kilometers long.
Oh, 4 kilometers. And so how much curvature is observed over 4 kilometers?
But it's not 4 kilometers wide, it's 4 kilometers long, and there's no convexity from, let's say it's running north to south just to make it easy. There's no convexity north to south, but there is convexity east to west across the width of the runway.
Each side of the crown is about 4 or 5 lengths of a regular highway.
He says there's convexity north to south.
Yeah, you can fit about 5 cars there.
Is there convexity north to south? That's what he asked you.
Yes, the surveyor there had to. His name was Seamus.
But that's not convexity due to a crown of the runway, because that's the left to right runoff. We're talking the length of it, and that's just a curvature according to what the surveyor's seeing for the curvature of the Earth, I'm guessing, yeah?
Yes. And it's not for a runoff. It's not that you don't want to pool there. Technically, you don't want to pool water there, but when a little pool of water, so if you have a 2 millimeter variance, so if you have one spot that's 2 millimeters too deep, you get a little puddle of water. That puddle of water will seep through the ground underneath, and then when winter comes, it will freeze. What happens when it freezes is it expands, and it causes blowouts in the asphalt. So it's not...
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so once again, the convexity is literally having nothing to do with the Earth curving.
Yeah, with the
okay, so this was just a waste of time.
The east to west convexity, not to do with the Earth curvature. The length of the runway itself will have Earth curve in it if the Earth is a globe.
That's not accurate either, because we have changes in elevations over topography. You have to try to level it out, and then
there's another runway.
Okay, so can we go back to what y'all ran away from, please? So I offered another observation of the crepuscular rays. You said, "Where's the sun? We don't see the sun." So I gave you one where you clearly see the convergence of the light rays onto the sun.
Oh, so you changed back? Okay, you're welcome.
No, it's not changed back. Y'all ran away from it.
Because I traveled,
Yeah, me too, buddy. What are you talking about? I've been traveling for 2 months. Well, actually, no, minus 18 days.
2 months, wow. Fuck.
I'm just saying, I'm traveling everywhere. I just now made observations on the... Check this out, guys. I went and saw...
Where were you for 18 days?
Check this out.
Where were you for 18 days?
In jail. So check this out. I went to...
Why minus 18 days?
Oh, my God.
WITSIT, are you claiming that the sun is literally directly above a point in the ocean just a couple of k's out from the shore?
I'm claiming that the light rays are converging onto the apparent light source.
Which appears
to
be only a couple of kilometers out from the shore.
Oh, right? It doesn't matter what it appears to be.
What now? It doesn't matter what it appears to be, and yet
I don't make claims how far away the sun is.
And yet you're literally claiming that what it appears to be is what it really is.
No, I'm not.
That's literally what your argument is.
That's antithetical to my claim.
No, it's literally what your argument is. You're saying this is what it appears to be, therefore this is what it is. And
that's
now
not
you're
what I
trying
said.
to tell me that that's not what it appears to be?
Okay, that's not what I said. I never said that the apparent location is the actual location. I say the opposite of that always. So anyway, did y'all see the picture? Have y'all even looked at it, or are you just arguing?
Yeah, sure we have. So now...
You're sure you have? What does the picture look like? Describe it.
Yes, I'm absolutely sure I have. So I couldn't finish my sentence before you asked me again. No, could you? Right? So literally, we're saying that it appears to be that they converge because of perspective. But we can't say that because apparently what it appears to be is not what it is, right?
I think it's very likely that that's just the apparent location of the sun, correct? But it's not. You don't seem to understand, bruh. You don't seem to understand.
Are you going to let me respond to that now? So
no, because you're just. I'm about to leave. I'm just going to leave.
You're not going to let me respond. You're not going to let me respond.
No, because dude, there's 20 people that just want to monologue and waste my time.
No. We don't want to monologue. You just want to keep interrupting me when I want to respond.
Oh, now interrupting's not accepted.
Oh, okay, right. So the sun appears to be directly above a location a couple of kilometers out, but it's not really, right?
I never said that the sun was a couple kilometers out. You're just making baseless assertions per usual.
Oh, and yet you're claiming that the crepuscular rays appear to be converging on a location of the sun, right? That's what you said, right?
I did not. I said that. Yeah, they converge on the apparent location.
They converge on the source of the sun. That's what you
the
claim.
Apparent location.
Right?
Do they always appear to
You're
converge?
a moron. So anyway.
Do they always appear to converge?
If the sun is 93 million miles away and the light rays are parallel, if you were to ever have crepuscular rays that were just because of an optical illusion of perspective, then you would have crepuscular rays scattered throughout the sky based on physical obstruction causing that optical illusion. They would not consistently and strictly converge onto the apparent light source.
Do they always appear to converge?
That's literally what they do.
No.
What? That doesn't make any sense.
Paul,
okay, then provide the evidence of crepuscular rays scattered throughout the sky, please.
Paul, can you let Doofus have a
We're
go?
not claiming...
He's been trying to get it. Let Doofus have a bash if he wants still.
You prepared to look at that picture?
Just a second. Yeah, what about it?
Where's the sun?
I'm guessing the sun is over there.
Nope, it's behind the observer.
Oh, is it? Do you have evidence of that?
I can show you a video of someone doing exactly the same thing.
Okay, well, feel free to do that.
All right, one moment.
All right, talk to you later. So anyway, did y'all see the observation that I made yesterday?
Yeah, it's been explained already. Earth still
no, it hasn't, because I've already refuted it. In addition to that, I have another time-lapse observation I made. I have another time-lapse observation I made in the Keys where I took a time-lapse of the star trails, and they don't intersect the marine horizon. Do you agree that if the Earth's a magic spinning cartoon ball that defies physics brought to you by Jesuit priests, and that the sky just appears to move because, in fact, that the Earth is spinning, that we would actually see them duck off and be physically obstructed by the sphere edge?
You're in chat. You can see what I just posted.
Oh, so you're saying that the marine horizon would... You're telling me that the star trails wouldn't intersect the marine horizon on a spinning ball?
Not all of them. All right, are you ready with it?
Hey, would the star trails intersect the marine horizon on a spinning ball? Yes or no?
Not all of them. Not all of them.
Hold on, Doofus.
No. Would any of them?
Some of them would.
Are you ready with it?
Oh, so some of them would. So can you provide any evidence of them doing that?
Can you let me finish my response before you interrupt? Thank you. All right. You're triggered a bit, aren't you? Right.
No, I just know you have no evidence. You're just talking.
Depending on your latitude, some of them would appear to go in circles without intersecting the horizon, while some would intersect the horizon.
Okay, so can you provide empirical evidence of star trails time-lapse? Shows how Gypsy is really crushing here because he doesn't know what that means, apparently. Time-lapse star trails intersecting the marine horizon.
Yes, we can show evidence of that.
Do it.
All right, are you ready for mine, WITSIT?
Yeah, I want you to provide empirical evidence of time lapse of star trails intersecting the marine horizon, please.
I'm back to your corpuscular rays thing. Hold on.
Okay, I'm gonna get out of here. You guys are a joke, dude.
Because now this disproves your assertion.
No, it doesn't.
Good luck
Yes,
in
it
jail,
does.
retard.
Because the light rays are converging on both sides of the observer.
Did this dude just say good luck in jail, retard? I'm out of jail.
One towards the sun and one away from the sun. They are both converging on both sides.
Okay, I'll check it out in a second. Can anyone admit that if the Earth's a spinning ball, that time lapse of the star trails would intersect the marine horizon because the Earth is spinning, causing the sky to look like it's moving and spinning, and they would be obstructed by the sphere edge?
WITSIT, how much time you do? I did 2 years for selling coke and being in a gang. How much time you do?
18 days for weed.
Okay, let's not derail.
I would say that you would never
let's focus on the sun and the corpuscular rays.
I'm not I don't care. Like, I'm like, y'all think that I'm like, oh man, they know I went to jail for weed. Like, I'm like really freaking out about it or something. Like,
they're getting destroyed now, so they want to derail and focus on you as an individual. But you're killing them with the argument. So let's focus still on the argument.
I got a very important question here, and it's going to sidetrack, but you can
He's
whatever.
not really doing that.
Did you have to do 14 days because they had to quarantine you for 14 days?
10, and they did, and then instead of 23 and 1s, which is the most they can do, they have me in isolation for like 40-day increments, dude.
So I'm guessing anyone.
40 hour.
I guess anyone who gets arrested, no more overnight arrests. This all has to be 10 days.
No, you can get out, but they'll just keep you in isolation up to 10 days. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, carry on.
So I would say that the star trail should never intersect the water because they're very dim lights as they get down into the fucking dirt near the horizon, the very dense atmosphere. You're not going to see them actually make an intersection. It's a deductive thing that they viewed on.
Does everyone else agree with him?
No, Moy makes up stories, so I don't think so.
I know. I just wanted to hear the crickets. So anyway, objectively, if the Earth's a spinning ball, okay, you would see the star trails in a time lapse intersect the marine horizon, and they would be obstructed by the sphere edge, objectively. But they're not. I just went and did it.
I've already posted 2 GIFs of a time lapse that does just that. So
hey, they're GIFs. They're called GIFs.
That kind of blows your argument out of the water.
He's talking about the fact that they fade out right when they get to the horizon. He's talking about the bullshit, dumbass, retarded perspective that the atmosphere isn't real.
Wow, dude, do you think that you sounded intelligent right there?
Far more than you.
Okay, dude.
Doing that, WITSIT, and then you moan when people call you an idiot. You throw out these sly little insults. And then you moan when people treat you badly.
Bro, that was a backhanded slight. Are you not keeping up with what he just said?
Yes, I recognize it as a backhanded slight.
So then I rebutted it by saying he sounded retarded.
And thank you for letting me finish my sentence without interrupting me again.
Yeah, fair enough. You're not bad. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So have a look in chat box.
So just don't do it. Just don't do it. If people are trying to provoke you, be the man. Take the high ground.
Okay, but you do agree that there's like 20 people doing just that this whole time.
Trust me, I get a load of shit as well, mate. You're not the only one. I mean, I've had chemo mute me like 5 times today for really disparate reasons.
I feel you. You're right. That's why I stopped coming in here, bro, to be honest. So there's a few people in here that recently...
She needs to get back to the topic.
I'm glad you're okay.
WITSIT, this is what they do here, okay? When I annihilate them, okay, they get tired, they get stressed, they get frustrated, they want to socialise. But it's not a time for socialising, okay? So what we're trying to do is, what we're looking for is, they're ballers here, and with the ballers, they have baller for evidence. And that's what we're looking for, okay? Just wanted to socialise and discuss.
Notice that the baller didn't tell the other baller to man up.
Let's get back to the topic.
Okay, so you've got star trails. I just finished doing a major video on star trails. What's your issue with star trails?
Yeah, so I have a time lapse of star trails in the Keys where they don't intersect with the marine horizon.
Why would they?
Because you think the Earth's a magic spinning ball and that the apparent movement of the sky is actually just an optical illusion based on the fact that the Earth itself is spinning, and then they would thus be physically obstructed, ducking off the sphere edge.
Did you look at the cerebral? So, guys, what's this made-up term, marine horizon?
I know exactly what he's talking about.
Do you not know what that means?
I'm fine with it.
I know what marine twilight is. I know what astronomical twilight is, but I don't know about
let's take it. What does marine mean?
All right, look, we're getting distracted. I know exactly what you mean.
What is the marine horizon? Break it down so we all know. What is the marine horizon?
It's a horizon over the water.
That's the horizon where the water meets the sky.
So,
on your star trails, did you see the celestial equator? And did the celestial equator meet the marine horizon?
No.
Yes. Okay, well,
nothing met the horizon. Nothing met the horizon.
All right. What direction were you facing? Okay, first of all, where is the celestial horizon?
Just say, let me what? Where is the celestial horizon?
Have we seen the video?
No, I have it though. It's on my. I have it. It's literally on my SD card.
Okay.
Why aren't we looking at the video?
I misspoke it. It's the celestial equator. Where is the celestial equator?
Just a second. We got the 12 pulling up over here.
Okay, do you know where the celestial equator is?
Yeah, it's in the sky.
Where?
It's an imaginary, arbitrary idea, so it doesn't matter.
No, you can clearly see it.
It's an imaginary, arbitrary line, bro.
Yet you can see it. So it's where the star trails don't curve.
Okay.
Where the star trails don't curve.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, man. Hey, it's just arbitrary. It's an imaginary circle in the sky.
Yeah, arbitrary. It's in a particular location. It's not arbitrary.
No, it's arbitrary because it's dependent upon your conceptual abstraction in which you have identified it as an equator.
Quit being an asshole.
You mean quit being technically accurate?
You can clearly see
because arbitrary means you can put it anywhere you want.
Yeah, and you put it where you chose.
You can.
That's what the equator is. And that's also just based on the movement of the sun.
All right,
no, we don't put it where we choose to put it. We don't put it where we choose to put it. It's in a particular location. It's
so
not
is the equator arbitrary? Yes or no?
Get a microphone, Bob.
Yeah, it is.
You can clearly see it.
But it's based on the arbitrary
Bob, you're a
alignment.
voice from the wilderness. People can barely hear you to begin with, Bob. Most people don't even realize.
All right, guys, I gotta go. We gotta go, dude. Anyway,
now, where is this goddamn video? Why are we asking him questions?
Okay, calm down.
He doesn't know the fucking answers to. Why don't we just look at the video?
Look, I have the video in my live stream. So when I came back, I did a live stream on my channel. It got taken down within 5 hours of me. The first stream I came back after 2 months of being censored forcibly. Because I'm such a crazy conspiracy theorist, and then it's on DLive. You want to go look
at your fucking diaper, you child.
Okay,
send it to me.
Calm down, Kurt. Why do you hate life so much, man? So I have the observation. I don't.
Why are you doing baby talk?
Right, Bob. I think Bob wants to say something.
And he will post it.
I'll send it to you, man. DM me and tell me. DM me and ask for it because I have like hundreds of messages right now. And I will send you. I'll load. Right now? WITSIT gets it.
Who are you?
WITSIT.
Inaudible, for fuck's sake.
I'll send it to you.
Okay, and I'll upload my SD card and send it to you, man. I'm making them all over the place. They never intersect the marine horizon. I've been asking globe earthers to do it for months, just because all you have to do is find one that it does, and then apparently that makes me dumb somehow. Anyway, in addition to that, just so you know, there's an infamous place where there is the most southern lighthouse in the United States. Okay, and we went and we saw from the pier, we saw the lighthouse from 6 nautical miles away with the naked eye to the base of the lighthouse. We didn't have our cameras because we just went to that park to play pickleball. So we went back the next day with the infrared and the P900, and it was storming all night, really cloudy, really windy. We couldn't make the observation at all. Couldn't even get the camera to be still. So whatever, I didn't see it, but you can just Google it. It's known. They have they have things you can go look out yourself, posted on the pier, bolted on the pier to look at it. You cannot see a lighthouse from 6 nautical miles away, from 4 feet off the surface on a ball. Certainly not 1 foot off the surface, but we're standing about 6 feet off the surface once you're standing on the pier. So it's whatever it is what it is. You think you can just see that lighthouse from 6 nautical miles away all the way to the base on a magic spinning cartoon ball, and you can believe that if you want to, but you cannot. So we've debunked the globe numerous times, and all I'm asking for you guys to do is make one single... I'm leaving. I'm asking for you guys when I come back. Can you please offer me one time lapse of the Star Trails? Can you make, hey guys, when I come back, can maybe one of you guys actually go test your fairy tale instead of blindly believing it and provide time lapse of the Star Trails where it intersects with the marine horizon?
Yeah,
that's all you gotta do.
Well, you've just created a straw man because what you've said is not true. We can see those things on a ball given the right conditions.
Okay, so I'm gonna catch up with you guys later. Based on the curvature rate that you claim, you would see the physical obstruction of Earth curvature at 1.225 times the square root of the observer's height in feet. So you would not see the base of the lighthouse.
Given the right conditions, we could see it from that far.
And WITSIT, you're saying that what we should see on a globe, so we can say what we should see on a flat surface, and we can't have a horizon. Ah, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
What a bitch. I mean, he can make claims what we should see on a globe, so we can make claims what we should see on a flat Earth, and we can't see bottom-up obstruction on flat Earth. So it's debunked.
I'm very curious as to why he says that that something like the celestial equator, which you can clearly see in the sky, is an arbitrary thing. And how's that arbitrary? You can see it.
Because he wants it to be. Say stupid shit? Give me one reason he wouldn't say stupid shit.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Curve, but you've stumped me on that one. You truly have.
I absolutely love how he said that crepuscular rays always converge at the sun, but they definitely don't. And then he was completely wrong on that one.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll go ahead and have a look at his video, and I'll go ahead and analyze it and put it out for you guys.
I'd say he talks a lot of shit, but that's being derogatory to shit.
Why would you? So look, we've still got flat earthers here ready to destroy any ideas of a heliocentric model. SC, what angle would you like to take on globe destruction today, if you're here?
Kimo, have you heard of the twin bolt paradox?
That's what we don't need. We don't need any
curves
of that.
Curves on the page, Kimo. Curve understands.
Go ahead, SC. What you got? What angle are we taking today?
Well, it's devastating, Kimo. It's very simple. All you have to do is tell them one thing: water.
Mm-hmm.
It scares the hell out of them, Kimo, because they know the globe is 70% water, right? Their fantasy, yeah.
All I have to say is one thing that flat earthers choose not to address.
Which is what? Tell us, see.
Light bends downward in a density gradient when the highest density is below.
Kimo, have you heard of the latest, the twin boat paradox? Have you heard that?
Notice how it didn't get addressed again.
Twin boat, did you say?
How about tides?
Yes.
Are
two
tides
boats.
flat?
I haven't, no.
Same boat.
So check this out, Kimo. You have two boats,
Explain tides.
If
tides
I may,
is a really
if you guys
good
want to hear
question.
it. If not, I'll stay back.
Well, we'd like you to explain tides.
The tidal nodes.
Are tides flat?
The tidal nodes ruin your paradigm of gravity from the moon pulling on it and the sun.
How so?
Because there shouldn't be a spot on Earth. Do you not know what it is?
Of course I know what it is. Do you?
Yeah, then how do you explain that on a globe? You can't.
Very easily. Very easily.
It's not easily. You can't. This moon and sun, when the moon and sun are on the other side of the Earth, that spot should definitely get a tide if it's the sun and moon.
Okay, why would it get a tide?
Because the sun and moon is supposed to be pulling all the water towards it.
Correct. What affects the tides? Ocean currents, topography on the ocean bottom. What happens when you get two ocean currents opposing each other and coming together? Does it form like a little? Does it form like a little whirlpool?
And that's when gravity doesn't affect this little whirlpool?
Why would gravity not affect it? Gravity affects it just fine.
No, because there's no tide there. There's no tide. There's no tide there.
The center of a whirlpool. Okay, well, you keep talking over me, and I'm trying to answer your very good question. When you have a whirlpool, the center of the whirlpool is at a set level. Would you agree with that? And it's lower than the rest of the water around it. Do you agree with that?
When you have a whirlpool, the center of it's lower?
Lower than the water around it, and it's relatively stable. Do you agree with that?
Maybe.
What do you mean maybe? Have you ever tried it? Have you ever seen
a whirlpool? The bottom's lower, in the middle, sure.
Okay,
what do you mean about the stable part?
Okay, it doesn't move very much. You can slosh the pot that you're stirring, and that center will stay kind of stable because other forces are acting on it. The swirling forces are acting on it, right?
So there's tidal nodes because of the swirling force.
Jeremy, a tidal node is just a point in the ocean where the inflow of water is exactly the same as the outflow of water, and so no change in level occurs. It's as simple as that.
And that negates gravity. That negates the sun and the moon.
It doesn't negate gravity at all. It's all to do with the flow of water. How much water is flowing into that point and how much water is flowing out of that point. If those two things are the same, then the level of the water won't change.
Very good. Exactly.
So the level of the water should still change around that area. That's bullshit.
How would the level of the water change, Jeremy, if the same amount of water is flowing out than is flowing in? I mean, if I'm tipping water out of a container at the same rate that I'm pouring water in, would it not be logical to say that the level of water in the container is going to stay the same?
No, you've got the sun and moon on the other side of the earth. All the water should be flowing toward
all of those things affect where the water flows to, Jeremy.
Yeah,
sometimes the water will. Let me finish, Jeremy. Sometimes the water will be flowing in a particular direction because of the tides. Sometimes it will be flowing in the other direction. You get points on the Earth that are affected by the shape of the ocean bottom, the topography of the land around it, narrowing of channels. All of these things affect the way that the tides behave, and so we get points on the Earth where sometimes the tides result in the water flowing into that point and out of that point at the same time. And so the level of the water doesn't change. That's as simple as it is.
How about the Great Lakes? How about lakes? Why doesn't it affect lakes?
What about the Great Lakes?
Lakes have tides.
Yeah, they sure do.
Are you sure they have tides like oceans do?
Yes, just not
very, very small.
Just smaller. Yeah, they're very small, about 1 centimeter.
But they do have tides.
1 centimeter. Wow, that's a hell of a tide there, right?
Wow, incredulity.
What's the size? What's the size of Lake Michigan compared to the Pacific Ocean, SE? Very tiny. It's a big lake.
You have nodes, you have lakes. Forget about your thing. It's been demolished. Can we go back to why you guys desperately changed the subject of the twin boat paradox? Are you guys afraid to talk about that?
Well, you haven't explained how the water level changes with tides, though. All right. If water always finds its level, does it have different levels to different times of the day? What changes the level of the water in a tide? And is it a curve or is it steps? Flat
water
steps.
Always finds its level.
Okay, so how do you explain tides?
Are you guys afraid to answer my question, or you want to talk about tides all day?
Want to talk about
tides?
Yeah, we like tides. Yeah. So
I know you like tides because you know where I'm going next, right? You know where I'm going next.
If the water levels vary with tides, how does it have different levels during different times of the day, SC?
So, Bob, I hear you have a boat, right? I hear you have a boat.
Well, yeah, I got a small one. Run away.
So now, any
boat owner would have to take into account the tides. So let's talk about the tides again.
Yep.
Kimo, do you hear the fear in the room?
I hear.
There's no fear in the room.
Yeah,
fear in the room.
Absolute fear in the USA.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You don't want to talk about tides, do you,
Yeah, let's talk about
Do you hear
tides,
them spiraling like little girls?
Nervous.
Are there different levels during the day for tides, Essie?
There's kind of a nervousness in the
why
room.
Are there, why are there different levels for tides? I thought water always found its level, and, you know, is there more than one level?
The water is in motion. Now, listen up.
Okay,
where's the answer my question, Bob? Are you afraid? Are you afraid to answer my question? Tell me.
You didn't answer shit.
A distinguished doctor, very well versed on the channel. Are you afraid to answer my question?
Why does the water level change during the day? You say it's in motion. What causes it to be in motion on a regular basis every 6 hours? Why does it go from high to low?
Okay, I see where this is going. So we're going to have to do it this way. I'm going to give you a present, wrap it up for you, and tell you it's the moon that causes that. It's your model, okay? There's your present in a bowl. Have a good day. Now,
how does the moon call it? How does the moon cause it?
Can we please answer my question?
How does the moon, which is not Earth, affect tides, which are Earth?
Fear. This is what you call Fundy
muting. It's a
muting.
simple question.
This is what you call answering, not allowing somebody to ask a question, because you know the devastation that will follow.
Yes, we can hear the fear in your voice, mate. You're running away from a question. Answer it.
I'm sitting on my couch with my leg crossed, very comfortable, very
okay, so
very
you're going
happy.
To cower out. You're going to cower out because you can't explain.
I didn't cower. I gave you your moon. I gave you your tides.
So how does the
your
moon?
Model.
How does the moon, which is not Earth, cause tides, which are Earth?
You explain it to us. Since you have a hard-on for tides today, go ahead, explain it to us. I'll concede, and then we'll see if we can follow, if we can continue. Go ahead, Bob.
Gravity.
Gravity, beautiful. Okay, you win. Now, can you answer my question, please?
I know. I'll be happy.
Are you ready, Bob?
Or one of the others can. I'm always ready for you, Essie.
Okay, so this is the scenario now, right? You're on your boat, right? And I'm on my boat. Or we'll pick whoever else you want. And we're about 4 or 5 miles apart, right? What do we see? What happens to the water between us? According to your whatever. You go ahead, answer that question.
Well, we'll be looking over a curved surface of the water, and there'll be a bit of a rise in the middle.
So you're going for the hump model, Bob?
No, I'm going for reality. I don't have a model.
So the water rises.
I'm just telling you so I'll just tell you what it looks like. There will be a little bit of a hump in the middle, and depending on how far apart the two are, that'll determine whether or not it obstructs us from seeing each other. 4 miles sitting up on a boat shouldn't be much of a problem.
So you're saying that there's going to be a hump there, right? The Earth curve, correct?
How many times have I answered that?
Okay,
thank you. The answer is yes.
Thank you. We know your answer. Anybody else care to answer that question?
Yeah. I will if you allow me to talk. It's only a hump if you take a cord between the two boats. If you take a tangent, it's not a hump at all.
A tangent, a straight line?
Well, a tangent is a straight line, isn't it? We all know that.
So you're disagreeing with Bob. You're saying there's going to be a straight
line.
No,
I'm not disagreeing at all. I didn't disagree with Bob at all. I said it's only a hump if you take a cord between the two boats. If you take a tangent at the location of each of the boats, it's not a hump. It's then what we call drop, isn't it?
So you're saying there's drop. Now Bob is saying there's a hump.
He doesn't know what a chord is.
Yeah, a chord is a straight line through the curve.
I know that, but he doesn't.
They're both the same geometry, Essie.
Yeah.
So you're saying a chord is the same as a line drawn on a curve.
There you go.
You're saying on the surface.
No. You just seem to be completely clueless about basic geometry, Essie.
Told you didn't know.
I'm asking the question, dude. You're the ones that are double
because he knows he's just been found out that he hasn't got a fucking clue what he's talking about.
What are you talking about, clown? Why don't you pass out some peanuts? Shut up, sit down. We were having a good conversation.
I'm eating chocolate digestives.
Why don't you go over to your buddy over there and try to play smart? Over here, we know you're dumb.
All right, Essie, get on with your little scenario, Essie.
Coming from a fucking retard.
So far, we have a hump from you, and we have a drop from somebody else. Anybody else care to tackle the question?
Yes,
the same thing.
Both of them agree.
Excuse me, Moyak?
I'm going to say that they both agree with each other.
Yes.
We do.
Yeah, we do.
I do.
Key point to be made.
I agree with Waz, and Waz agrees with me.
Key point to be made. What's being called a hump is not a rise in elevation.
Correct.
That won't matter to SC, but it's critical to this because this is where he bucks up every time.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Go ahead and
you heard me.
Go ahead.
This is where you fuck up every time. You heard me. Don't excuse me with that bullshit. Now carry on with your fucking joke.
All right, finish your silliness, Sassy. Go ahead. We're waiting.
Well, I think my objective has been done. I mean,
you came here to be made to look like a clown. That was your objective.
Curb came in.
Well done, SC. Well done.
So your objective was to show that you don't know geometry, basic geometry, like 8th grade geometry. That's what your goal was.
No, my goal was to ask a question and get an answer from you guys, and I think I did. I reached my objective. Thank you, gentlemen.
Yes, good. Well done. Now let's go back and talk about tides. Where does the different level come from?
Yeah.
Tides have nothing to do with what I'm talking. You want to talk about tides? You talk about tides amongst yourselves.
Well, we were.
You've already said that you met your objectives, so we're done talking about what you had. Now we're going to talk about tides.
Go ahead. I don't care to talk about tides. I could care less about tides.
Of course you don't. Of course you don't. Why is it that you can get a very high tide in an estuary or a fjord, but out in the wide Pacific, like in Hawaii, they have rather small tides? Why is that, Essie?
Listen, I'm not a tide expert. Tides are not my thing. But why is it that some places are nodes and there's no tides at all? Can you explain that?
We just got done doing it. Are you keeping up, Essie?
I told you tides. I don't care about. I could care less about tides. What I care about is how water behaves.
Really?
And I think I just showed you guys that your model is finished.
Tides are not water.
They destroy. Is water not flat? SC?
You guys are breaking up. I can't hear you.
All right. Is water not flat, SE? Are tides not water? Are tides flat? Or does the level change?
At rest. Water at rest. You know the story. Don't try to squirm out of this.
Water at rest. Okay, so now it's changed a little bit. Water isn't always flat. So when a force is acting on water, it can change the surface of water, right?
Or you're going to go to gravity now. I get you.
If a force is acting on water, you can change the surface. You can make the water curved. So water can curve if you apply a force to it.
Bob, listen to me. Listen to me very carefully. That's a famous saying going on right now, right? You have a model. Your model says that the curve starts right away, right at your feet, correct? The drop?
Get on with your point.
Okay. So now, how does this work out in your brain? Because in the water, in the ocean, back to the boat thing, right? You either have a drop or a hump, right? Now, we know reality dictates something else. Now, you can talk about tides all day long, but you have a paradox here, my friend, a big one.
There's no paradox at all. There's no paradox at all. Whether you have a drop or a hump depends on the geometry that you use to explain it. That's all.
Just two different ways of looking at the exact same thing.
Exactly.
And
you guys
Waz and I are in perfect agreement.
Yeah, you can have two opposing thoughts in your brain at the same time.
They're not opposing.
Logic dictates that you can't have both a hump and a drop.
If I may, if both boats, if you had a spirit level on both boats, and you looked across the top of each spirit level, one spirit level would go across the top of the other boat from either direction. But if you draw a line between the two boats directly, then you have a hump. So according to the spirit levels, you have a drop. If you've got a chord between the two boats, you have a hump. It's the same thing. It's just a different way of looking at it through geometry.
No, you see, I look at things through reality.
It is reality, you moron.
Both of those things.
Geometry is reality. All right, we're going to ask you the simple question, SC, that was done on modern day debates. Is it a true statement that 2 + 2 = 4?
Mathematically?
Is it a true statement in any sense of the word that 2 + 2 = 4?
Mathematically, yes. I don't want to quibble about stuff like this. This stuff like
is there
that
a way that
does
2
not interest me.
+ 2 does not equal 4? Is there a way that 2 + 2 does not equal 4?
If I have 4 apples, can I take 6 apples away from? Can you take 6 apples away from me?
How's that 2 + 2?
You see, you can think of math.
Do you have an issue?
Math really is just a concept. So I
Do
don't
you
know where
have
you
an
guys are
issue
going
with
with
2
this.
+ 2? Is 2 + 2 always equal 4?
I told you I don't want to quibble, and I'll say yes, it is.
So
2
the
+
answer
2 is 4.
is
Yes.
yes. Okay, good. Well, you did better than the flat earthers on Modern Day Debate the other day. They actually had doubts as to whether or not 2 + 2 was 4. Well done, SC.
No. I know the games you're playing, so I don't want to get caught up with 2 + 2. And like I told you, math is just another language. It doesn't really mean anything.
Is math reality?
Negative.
Oh dear.
Okay, so math does not represent reality. Very
no, reality represents reality, not math. Correct.
How do I figure out how fast I'm driving right now?
What does that have to do with anything?
Saying math is reality. Saying math is reality is a bit nonsense.
Okay, all right. Produce me something using math.
I thought I was talking.
Produce me something real using math.
SE, I was talking, dude. Right?
I was talking first.
No, I was. Get a hold of yourself, right? Saying math is reality is a bit nonsensical. It's a better description to say that maths describes reality.
Can describe reality.
A description, okay.
I'll agree with that.
We can say that.
I'll agree with that.
Like you can describe a table. It's 5 feet high by this width and that, yes. But you can't explain it.
And you know that geometry is a branch of math.
When I make this table, I'm going to have supper on this table, make a roast. You understand what I'm saying?
1 roast or 2 roasts?
1 hump or 2 humps? Or a drop?
Yeah. So you can
one roast plus 1 roast equal 2 roast.
And you know that geometry is a branch of math. So if you're saying math is just an arbitrary thing, then geometry too is.
No, it's an explanation. Like it describes. Math describes. That's it.
And geometry does that too.
Yes.
Yeah. So
can you measure things with geometry?
Can you measure things with? Look, geometry is not my game. You want to talk geometry? Go talk to Bev. He'll talk to you about.
How about
geometry.
trig? Can you measure?
Me,
things
I
with
talk
trig?
reality. Reality. This is what I talk. You understand? I don't care about numbers. I don't care about geometry. The model says water bends. I go to the river. I look. Water does not bend. That's it. End of story.
Would you expect to see the water bending in the river according to the model?
According to your model, yes, we should expect to see certain things like boats disappearing. Whoa, but they don't.
But Essie, you said that you're.
That wasn't the question, Essie. The question was, according to you, we should go down to the river and see water bending. But according to our model, the question was, should we see water bending according to our model if we go down to the river?
Listen, you can do whatever you want. You can go to the stars. I'm telling you what I did. Do you understand?
See, you went next to the river, which is flowing.
Your model
says
I'll give you the answer, SC, that according to our model, going down to the river and expecting to see curvature is nonsense. We shouldn't expect to see curvature by going down to the river. So you claiming that we should see that is a straw man.
So you don't know your own model, then?
Oh, yes,
we do know our
Did you
own.
see the incline?
You don't know. You don't know.
Did you see the incline?
Okay, tell me something. On the river, a man standing at 6 foot tall, right, according to your model, to your fantasy, when should he see the boat starting to disappear?
No. Tell me, did you see the incline of the river?
Yeah, it was flowing,
Answer my
right?
question.
So it can't be, it's not at rest.
You answer. Is the river flat?
Answer my question.
Is the river flat?
Standing at the river, a man 6 foot tall, according to your fantasy
SC, you've
ball,
got to answer the
when
question.
should we
SC.
see the boat starting to disappear? Is that a hard question?
You have to answer
any of your questions until you answer some of ours.
I think it's a brilliant question to ask if you see the drop in the river. Do you, SC?
It's flowing, so it can't be flat because then it wouldn't flow.
Of course, there's some. Of course, it's not completely flat. There is.
We know. Do you see it?
Of course.
Thank you.
That is not the question.
That's the question. Do you see it?
Actually, that is
a man 6 foot tall. We should see the boat starting to disappear at 3 miles. Yes or no? I'll do it for you. Yes or no?
Did you see? Do you see the
Without
river?
refraction, it could be.
Do you see the river incline or decline?
So that's a yes. Now, when I go to the river and I film it, and I have done so, and I do not see these boats doing this, what should I think of your model?
No one said yes, though.
Because
when you go to the ocean, when you go to the ocean and you're standing on the
you guys
on the
are
shore,
finished, man. Water destroys your fantasy.
when you're standing on the beach, when you're standing on the beach and you're 6 foot tall, and you look at a...
He's just going to talk over you.
Yeah. When you're standing on the shore of the beach and you look at a large ship that's 30 or 40 kilometers out to sea, do you see the bottom of the ship?
30 to 40 kilometers? Shouldn't that ship be gone already, depending on where you're at? What's your question here?
Yeah.
Do you know your model?
Go? And how does it go?
Dude, do you know your model? Yes or
how
no?
Does it go?
Have you made an observation?
Have
you been to the ocean?
I live by the beach.
Right.
I have shipping lanes outside that leave a port not far north of us, and they travel southeast out away from the shore.
Beautiful.
So if I'm standing on the beach, if
well.
I'm standing, shut up, if I'm standing on the beach and I see them leave the port, at that distance, I start to lose the bottom. But as they go southeast away from me, and it's a north-south shore, as they go southeast away from me, I lose more and more of the bottom of the ship, but I can still see the top. Explain.
Yeah, that could be explained by many things. That's visual.
Do one
why are you running away from my argument? Why are you going
visual?
Far away?
You just asked us to look on a river. You just asked us to look on a river.
Away. You're going 30 kilometers.
You just asked us to look on a river and see a curve. I'm telling you the same thing. I'm standing on the beach looking out to sea. That's visual. Same as you're visually looking up at the river. Now explain why the bottom of the boat disappears.
I told you, I explained to you why the bottom of the boat disappears.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
You just...
Yes, I did. I said it's a visual effect. Like
that's
when
not
you're in a hallway, the hallway...
What
are you going to let me talk
effect?
Or no?
What visual effect? Go ahead and explain the visual effect.
When you're in a hallway, a long hallway, what
Here we go. We've changed again. Now we're in a hallway. We were on a river. Now we're in a hallway.
You guys are spiraling out of control, man.
No, you're dodging.
You're dodging the question.
I'm not dodging.
Yeah, we're just trying to keep you. We're trying to keep you on
argument is dead.
No, we're
just
talking
killed
about
it.
ships disappearing over the horizon.
R.I.P. R.I.P. Rest in peace. It's over.
No, it's not. Right, your argument's over because you never had.
Over horizon. Things don't disappear over the horizon in a long hallway, SE.
No.
Dude, say whatever
Always
you want.
flooded.
Cry your cry, dance your dance.
Go and watch the biggest globe Earth.
I have witnessed it myself. There's nothing that any of you could tell me. Absolutely nothing.
What a fucking reach.
Go and watch the biggest globe prover on YouTube. He's called Ranty.
Dude, remember these words. Twin boat paradox.
It's not a
fantasy is dead.
It's as much a paradox. Stupid fucking
where your fantasy dies.
Where's the paradox?
Yeah, where is the paradox? There isn't a paradox.
Yeah, I don't see any paradox there at all.
Of course you don't.
All
because
you've
you're
done
not
is
intelligent enough.
All you've done is quibbled about definitions. You haven't even stated your paradox. So go ahead and state your paradox. What is your paradox?
It's in a form of a question. It's in a form of a question which you intellectually retards do not understand yet.
Ask the question.
Let me try again.
The moron thinks he's clever. Oh.
Yeah, he says a guy who believes the earth is flat.
Exactly.
That's it.
SE, could you
get
rephrase?
Get it out of your
SE,
system.
well, if you let me talk, maybe I would get it out. So can you rephrase your paradox in the form of a statement rather than a question then, please?
No, it's in the form of a question to hear the genius explanation.
Well, then it's not a paradox, is it?
No.
Listen, you want to hear it or not?
It's not a paradox.
Go for it. Let him speak. Go for it.
Okay.
Go for it.
I said you have two boats in the water, 4 to 5 miles apart, 6, whatever. What do the observers see in the water? What do you see?
We've already answered that. And why is that a paragraph, SC?
That's not a paradox.
Why is that a paradox?
It's not a paragraph. It's a paradox. You answered that question. Go ahead.
All right.
You see a lump in the middle. Go on.
What
did it before? You double spoke. All three of you had 3 different explanations. Let's see if you can do better this time.
We didn't.
What happens? What happens to the water?
We described exactly.
We see a lump in the middle.
What's your paradox? What is
you see a hump in the middle, and one guy says you see drop, right?
A paradox, by definition, SE, is 2 events that are mutually exclusive. Both of those things are not mutually exclusive. Therefore, it's not a paradox.
Correct.
So you're saying we see both drop and a hump at the same time, and it's not a paradox, correct?
That's correct.
No. It's the way that you describe which way you're looking at it. Like I said, with the spirit levels, it's a tangent. The spirit level gives you a tangent. Each boat, if you look across the spirit level, the other boat will appear to be lower than your level. But in the middle, on a chord, there will be a bulge. It's the same thing described slightly differently.
Yeah, and the globe model,
I don't know why
people hold on. I don't know why people get this misconception about there being a difference between a hump and a drop. I mean, there is a difference, but the globe model doesn't have that hump. Anywhere off horizontal on the globe model, there's just a drop. The only way there's a hump is if you make a straight line from 2 points, like if you had a water level or something. In the globe model, there's supposed to be a hump in the middle. Yes.
Congrats.
But you're not making.
You're up to 94.
But you're not making a horizontal line. But you're not making a horizontal line. If you make a horizontal line off any one of those water levels, a level horizontal line, there's going to be drop from each one on the globe model. That's what they say. There's no hump.
Even Jeremy gets it.
I don't think any of you get it.
It's not even.
That says
it's going to take a while to set in. It's going to take a while to set in.
No, there's nothing to set in. SC, there's no hump. If you make a level horizontal line off any of the water, anywhere, according to the globe model, there's drop from that point everywhere past it. It never rises up. It only appears to rise up if you don't make a horizontal line, but you make a straight line, but it's not level or horizontal. That's when you get a hump.
Did you hear what they said, Jeremy?
I agree. I agree with Jeremy completely.
Yeah, Jeremy's got
Jeremy completely. I mean, that's just their model. That's not what actually happens in reality. That's their model.
It's each boat's frame of reference.
Exactly, Jeremy. That's what I'm trying to convey to them.
No.
There's no hump. There's no hump.
There's no paradox.
That hump and drop thing is nonsense.
Exactly, Jeremy.
No, the idea that there's a hump and a drop at the same time.
But that's their model, Jeremy. You're not. They're getting to you, bro. You're hanging around in here too much, bro. They're getting to you.
Listen,
Think
if you make a level, Essie, if you make a level horizontal line off of any piece of water, say like the still water, there's going to be drop from every point after that. In their
That's
model.
their fantasy, bro. You're repeating
I know, but the
geoid.
hump thing is not. There's no hump. There's no hump if you make level horizontal lines off of the water level or the water or whatever.
Well, tell that to your buddies here, bro.
What Jeremy's saying is that Jeremy actually understands what our model is. You don't seem to understand what our model is, see?
No, Jeremy's hanging around too long with you guys, and you're getting into his brain.
Jeremy didn't say that he agrees with our model.
Yeah, this is nonsense.
He understands what our model says. You apparently don't, see?
What they're saying
I
is
understand
pure nonsense.
your model,
I agree,
and I laugh at your model, bro. That's what you're not understanding. That's what
claiming that there's both a hump and a drop.
That's what the paradox does to your model.
Claiming that there's a paradox and that there's both a hump and a drop means that you don't understand what our model is.
I didn't claim that. You guys claimed it. This is the beauty of it. I asked the question and I let you guys ramble on and make fools of yourselves. You even got Jeremy believing in it.
No, I don't believe it. Essie, hold on. Essie, I don't believe it. I just understand what they're saying. If you make a line from one point to another point, a straight line, yes, there'll be a hump in that middle, but that line is not level and horizontal.
Then it's not a straight line, Jeremy.
What you can make a straight line if you don't have to have a straight line be horizontal. You can have a straight vertical line.
Can it be humped? Can there be a hump in that straight line, Jeremy?
No, straight lines are straight. They don't curve.
Exactly. Thank you.
What do you mean? Thank you.
God, he's dark.
What do you mean, bro?
He really is not.
You're agreeing with these clowns.
I don't agree with it.
Straight line curves, bro.
No, I don't agree with that. Absolutely not. Straight lines don't curve.
Who said straight line curves?
Straight lines don't curve.
No one's claiming that straight lines curve, is he?
In their model, what they're claiming is that if you do make that straight line between 2 points on water, there'll be a hump in the middle. However, that line isn't horizontal and level.
Did you hear what you just said?
Good job, Jeremy.
Did you hear what you just said, Jeremy?
I'm reciting their model. I don't believe that that's true. I'm just reciting what their model says.
Oh, you
I understand their claim.
Do you agree that it's nonsense, Jeremy?
Yes, it's nonsense, but I understand their claim, though.
Well, their claim is
bullshit. Arguing about a hump and a drop when their claim has it's always drop.
Yeah, but they're saying there's a hump there.
Let me just add a little bit to that. Let me add a little bit to that,
Jeremy. And half of them are saying there's a drop, Jeremy.
No. Let me add a little bit to that. Please, let me add a little bit to that. If you draw a cord between the two boats, right? We were talking a straight line between those two boats. There will be a hump in the water. Now, if you went and you hang on. Now, if you went and stood in the middle of those two boats, dead set in the middle, then to you could put a spirit level on that cord and it would be level.
You're in fantasy land, guys. You're just in fucking fantasy
land. No, you're a
land.
fucking idiot. That's what it is. You don't understand geometry. You don't understand anything.
That's not in question.
No, that's been proven. Right here.
If you don't understand what I'm saying, you're all a bunch of idiots. I'm sorry, man.
Can you understand this?
If
you take a styrofoam ball, Essie, and you take a wooden skewer, a straight wooden skewer, you can push it in through the surface of that styrofoam sphere at one location, push it straight through, and it will come out on somewhere on the other side of where you put it in, whether it's an inch away, 2 inches, a foot away, whatever. that straight skewer went through, made a straight line through the sphere, and that's it. It's a straight line.
There's your chord.
But it's beneath the surface of the sphere. The surface of the sphere doesn't have humps. It's all the same surface level.
Now
this is your lesson
to use
for
your
the
brain
day.
A little bit.
Now
the
behave,
gears are
SC.
clicking? Are the gears clicking?
Oh dear.
Nice.
The projection.
God, he thinks he's right.
I know this is the amazing thing. He thinks he's the clever one.
Yeah.
You really need help, dude. I would ask people to stop engaging SE because he's in need of severe mental help.
Okay.
Yeah, see, look, I'm going to take a picture. I just drew something out on my website.
How you like that, trash boy?
SE is a rock climber. He climbs rock walls. He's got to the top of Dunning-Kruger Mountain, jumped left, and held onto the side of the graph.
Yeah.
He's still stuck at 0, but at the height of Dunning-Kruger Mountain.
SE, look,
You
this is their model.
stupid
SE,
idiot.
look, this is, I checked the debate chat box. This is their model, all right? The top picture, the line coming off that is not a horizontal line between the 2 points. Pretend those are all connected water levels. The line on the top, that is a straight line. It's not a horizontal line. That's why they think there's a hump there. The one on the bottom picture, though, that is a straight horizontal line, and there's drop from everywhere from that point of the water. Do you understand what it is?
I understand their model. You don't. Look at the one I posted, Jeremy. Look at right under yours. Which one is it? Pick one. What happens between the two boats? You're still not getting it, Jeremy.
No, orientation
You're hanging
wrong.
around with these dudes too
SC,
long,
your
bro.
orientation is wrong.
Jesus, I mean that's so wrong.
SE.
And I had to draw
Look
it
at
in
my
crayons because they're a bunch of crayon munchers.
SE, look at my pictures. I'm surprised there was any crayons.
No,
left.
you
So
look
many
at
crayons.
my picture, Jeremy. You look at mine.
I see your picture, and I don't even understand. Why is there a triangle?
No, it doesn't even,
with a top hat?
It's not a triangle. You see the two boats, Jeremy? You see the pink line, Jeremy? That's the drop.
Oh no!
You see the green line, Jeremy?
No.
That's the hump.
No!
See
Why
that?
is the pink line in the drop?
Yeah, you explain that.
It's Steve's perspective. What the hell?
Yeah. Exactly. Now you think about this. It's gonna take you about a year, like the skateboard paradox. It's gonna
Can we
take
stop
about
the
a year.
giggling? Can we get rid of
Where's
the
the
giggling?
straight line?
Schoolgirl?
Where's the straight line? Let's see.
Can we stop the schoolgirl giggling, please?
Oh God!
SE, just go back to my diagram.
I'm crying.
I know. Just do it silently on mute. SE, look at my whiteboard real quick.
Jeremy, are you?
Right, those are three
white
water
knighting
levels.
for ballers now, bro? Seriously?
No, I'm just
Is
in
this
order
what
to
you're doing,
in order
bro?
to have to understand their claim at least.
Fuck their claim, bro. It's ridiculous.
How can we argue about their claim if we don't understand?
Yeah,
the claim?
ignore our claim, Jeremy. Don't listen.
Their claim
How
is
can you
both
argue
things
against something
happen
if you
at the
don't
same
understand
time,
it?
Jeremy. That's their claim. You didn't hear them
That
before,
was your
did you?
best statement to date yet, Jeremy. If
Half
you
of
don't
them were saying
understand
there's
their
a
claim,
hump,
you
and
can't
half of them were
argue
saying there's
against
a
it.
drop, Jeremy. Which side do you believe?
Listen, I made a diagram to explain why the hump and the drop thing.
Jeremy
happen.
just promoted
look at the top.
95% Glober.
Just look at the top. What? Shut up. Just look at the top thing I drew, right? Do you see how that line
Yeah, I
goes
see
from
it.
water level to water level on the top one?
I
They're
see
saying
it,
that is just that. Yeah, they're saying that that's a straight line. However, that wouldn't be in their model. That wouldn't be a horizontal level line. I drew the horizontal level line on the bottom one that they say, and there would be drop from everywhere on that line.
Exactly. You just made my point for me.
No, because if you're standing on either one of those points on the left-hand boat or the right-hand boat, horizontal to you would be a tangent to the curve.
All right, man. I don't know what else
You don't
to
even
tell
understand
you guys.
that. You don't even understand that.
Do you understand what I drew, SE?
I
Jeremy.
understand what you drew. Jeremy. You guys are not. You're not understanding what I drew. You're not understanding the question.
No one understands what you drew. No one.
No.
Maybe Chemo would understand it. I doubt it.
Well, the problem with your diagram, SC, is your little pink lines are radius lines, correct? You think that's the drop?
No, that's the straight line.
No, it's a question. What is it? Is it a drop or a hump that the
Is it a straight line? Is it a straight line?
You answer that question.
No, because you talked about straight line. Where is the straight line in your drawing?
Ah, the gears are starting to turn, Chaiki.
Yes, where is the straight line? Gears. I don't see a straight line.
A great one. Curve just put a great one in chat box.
2 straight lines, but not 1.
Are the gears starting to turn?
Got it perfectly.
So you
SE.
Oh, this is too funny, man.
Yeah, we know.
SE. The points on water on the globe. They say that there's drop everywhere from if you make a level horizontal line.
Now you're starting to get it, Jeremy. That's right. They say that.
Yeah, but if you make any other straight line that's not horizontal and level, then you have what they call the hump, the sagitta.
Exactly.
That's how you get the sagitta, from making a not horizontal line. So there's not both hump and drop. There's only one.
Which one, Jeremy?
Well,
it depends what kind of line you're gonna make. You're gonna make a level horizontal line, or you're gonna make a
in reality, not depends. In reality, when you're looking at each other from boat to boat, what do you see, Jeremy? What do you think you would see, Jeremy?
SE. In reality, there's no hump or drop, but in their model,
bingo! Ding, 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 ding. Jeremy,
I know, bro. Just chill out, man.
But in their model, though, there's not both. There's only one from making that whole level and horizontal line.
That's what I'm trying to convey in the question. I'm trying to make them double speak, triple speak, and you got caught in the middle, Jeremy. You don't realize it.
No, they're not triple speaking. They're double speaking. You're just making a different line from each one. If you want to hump, you make a not level line. If you want to drop, you make a level line in their model.
Jeremy,
it's all about how you make the line.
But you gotta stop hanging around this place, bro. It's getting.
SE,
you gotta know their claim. You gotta know their claim. You gotta know their claim, bro.
I do, and I laugh at it, bro. You're having an issue here, Jeremy.
No, you're having an issue. You're having the issue, Jesse. You can see it.
Jeremy, now let's think about hump and drop.
Jeremy, let's think about the fact that this is what we observe.
Their claim isn't. Make it more confusing, Moy. All right, go ahead, Moyak. Make it more confusing.
He's just moving on.
The confusion.
He's just moving on, Jeremy. He's asking you a question. I mean, SE is never going to get it because SE doesn't want to get it. He's too resistant to hearing things.
SE, do you
You're
understand?
The one that's not
both...
getting it, bro. I brought this up. This is my paradox. You're not getting it, bro.
Well, it's not a paradox.
In the chat box. SE, have a look in the chat box.
You guys will get somewhere.
Well, Jeremy, if you think you're getting somewhere, you by all means continue.
Can I? When you guys keep jumping in every 2 seconds.
Well, it happens to us too, Jeremy. I don't know if you've noticed or not, but that's what happens to a lot of people in the room.
Yeah, but you guys been going through this for years. Like, why not give me 5 minutes?
Well, we do. You get lots. You speak, Jeremy. You honestly do speak plenty in here. Like, I'm not saying you speak too much, but you get plenty of mic time.
And kudos to you, Jeremy. You've got it right.
I agree. Well done, Jeremy.
You see, Jeremy?
I honestly don't think there's a problem with people interrupting. I don't think that's really an issue.
Bro, it's only because it's only
the ball.
It's only because I understand. It's only because I understand their claim. That's not.
I understand their claim too, but I'm shitting on it.
Do you think there's hump and drop? Hump and drop, SE?
Shitting on it.
I didn't say.
Is there anybody in here that thinks that SE can comprehend this?
And you got caught up in it, bro. I'm telling you.
SE, but why? Listen to yourself. No, if you are actually making a point, nobody in the world makes a point and then crows like you are. The only people that talk the way you're talking right now are people who didn't make a point and are trying to hide that fact. Like, just if you really were shitting on it, you would just do that, and that would speak for itself. You wouldn't need to be crowing about how you. It sounds so ridiculous.
So you don't realize what's going on here, bro. You
don't
realize what's happening here. You're not getting it yet.
I understand what's happening here more than ever, SE. Trust me.
Isn't it fun dealing with flat earthers, Jeremy? They all do this.
Jeremy, don't let them recruit you, bro.
Classic flat earth.
They hurt people in this room. Don't let it happen to you, bro.
It's not even a two sides kind of thing, SE. It's just about being honest with what you see is true.
Somebody's making a claim, SE. Someone's making a claim, right? In order to argue that the claim they're making, you have to understand what they're saying. And what they're saying is there's drop from horizontal everywhere if you make a level horizontal line. If you don't make a level horizontal line and you have it angled or something, then there's going to be a hump in their model. Like, it's not the same thing. I don't know why people run around thinking there's a hump and a drop. It's fucking nonsense. It's probably because the Globers suck at communicating. That's why.
I don't think that's true. I think that often the audience is intentionally hostile. They don't want to hear us. They try their best to misunderstand us. That does happen, Jeremy.
Are you bad at explaining to SE? Because, I mean, you've explained it well.
SE, do you understand that there's not a hump and a drop if you make a horizontal level line?
Well, what I understand, Jeremy, is you don't understand what the paradox is.
What it's like.
Eventually, you're going to get it, bro. That's what I understand.
It's not a paradox.
This is all they ever do. You're never going to get an actual substance.
I'm not saying there's both a hump and a drop, Jeremy. You're not getting it. It's in the form of a question.
The answer to your question has been made.
It's meant to bring conversation up like this. This is what it's meant to do.
But it's not
and it's working perfectly. But Jeremy, paradox, you got caught on the wrong side, bro. Sorry.
But it's not on
the wrong side. I don't believe it's happening. I'm not saying I believe that that's what's happening. I'm just telling you,
when are you going to prove it, Jeremy?
I'm trying to explain their claim to you.
Where are you going to prove it is happening, Jeremy?
Because anyone that's running around saying there's a hump and a drop, you know, I mean, there is, but on their model, but it depends on what kind of line.
Jeremy, for the 100th time, I didn't say that there's a hump and a drop. It's in the form of a question. Do you comprehend the words I just said,
What's
Jeremy?
The question? What's your question?
Did you not see the meme?
Tell me your question.
The meme says, is it a hump or is it a drop?
What kind of line did you make?
Simply a question.
Yeah, well, then the question after that would be, did you make a horizontal level line or did you not?
No, that's not. Do you understand that there's two boats looking at each other?
Yes, but there's a follow-up question. Did you make a horizontal level line or did you make a straight, not level horizontal line? Because that would matter if there's a hump or a drop.
What are you talking about? In reality, there's two boats on the water. In reality, is there a hump or a drop? Very simple.
There's neither.
It's a drop.
Neither. There's neither.
It's a drop. It's a drop. It's a drop. It's a drop. It's a drop.
Did you hear what he just said, Jeremy? He said it's a drop.
It's always a drop. The misunderstanding here.
To get the picture,
the
Jeremy?
misunderstanding here. The misunderstanding I see that you've had from the beginning that you can't seem to snap out of is that you are not imagining the orientation of the boats correctly. You're imagining those boats facing each other perfectly. That's not the way they are. On the globe model, they'll be angled slightly.
Jeremy, do you get it?
Hold on, Essie, don't interrupt. They'll be angled slightly, so that both of them have to look down in order to see the other one. You can't seem to visualize that. You can't seem to understand that. That's why it's always a drop.
Did you hear that, Jeremy?
I corrected his image, by the way, and posted it.
Jeremy, did you hear that?
Yeah, but not enough.
Did you hear it, Essie? Did you hear it?
Yeah. Give me a second to make an absolutely
Jeremy
true
just
statement,
said there is
please.
no drop. It's a straight line. Jeremy, did you hear what he said?
After Essie finishes babbling, just 1 second. This is real short. Because the truth of the matter here is there is a hump. There is a drop. There is a drop relative to horizontal. There is a hump relative to a chord. That does exist. I mean, that's real. That's a true statement. What matters here is the context and what you're talking about. So in that sense, yeah, both are true. But somebody like SE will go and misuse this. He sodomizes.
Did you catch that, Jeremy? Did you catch that?
What is the hump relative to, SE? Did you catch that?
Yeah,
Did you catch that, Essie?
Every time. Why don't you respond to what's being said?
Oh, I really caught that. Yes.
So then say something.
What is the hump?
I hope Jeremy caught that.
But do you have anything to say about it?
I already know what they think. I understand it.
Yeah, you do. Well.
See, you're just always so silent when it comes time to actually say something of substance, Essie.
What are you talking about, bro? You just double spoke, both of you.
No, we didn't. We told you very clearly.
You're in La La Land, guys. That's
and then all you ever do, this rhetoric right here. I've heard this from you 1,000 times. I've never once heard you actually make another statement of an argument. You asked the question, this meme question. You've never once followed up any kind of argument with it. We told you over and over what it is, and then you just start talking about La La Land.
Jeremy, are you listening?
Yeah, it's just too good. It's too rich. Are you hearing this? They're in La La Land. They don't get it. That's all you ever do, man. Like, say something of substance. If you were really right, it'd be easy to do.
If SE looks in the chat box, he will see what is drawn is perfectly what we're saying.
Whatever, guys. I think I proved my point. I'm
Whatever,
gonna have a break for lunch.
Whatever. La La
about
Land. You guys don't get it. You never get it. I just won. Ha ha ha. La La Land.
Run away, We'll talk some more.
That's all you ever do, SE. Literally all you ever do.
It has to sink in. You guys haven't thought this.
You've got to be embarrassed about this
Let
at
it
some point
sink
or
in,
another.
and we'll talk
at
about
some
it
point, you're gonna have to stop and look back. How many times have you actually not said something of substance, instead just said La 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 Land and ran away?
I said La La Land once.
You must have some shame about that, yeah?
Running away? I'm going for lunch, bro. I'm not allowed to have lunch.
Go for lunch. Go ahead.
Yeah, have a good one.
Okay.
Do you eat up in Hollywood, or what do you guys do?
You always have something though. That's the funny thing. You never once scared of having an argument.
Dude, I've
you have
been
a long time to say go La La Land. You go that for an hour. You won't get around to actually saying something of substance until it's time to leave. And nope, gotta go now.
Jeremy,
what substance? We've been talking
just
all day.
Anything of substance. Make an actual argument. Respond to what's actually said for once would be amazing.
What are you talking about, bro?
I'm saying that when we give you counter arguments and we make explanations to you, you never respond.
Dude,
you never
I presented
you. You understand at all. What you do is just say, ah, ha, ha, ha.
SE, I thought you were leaving. SE, I thought you were leaving.
He's got lunch.
Look, ponder.
There he goes. Ha, ha, ha. You guys don't get it. You guys are spiraling.
Ponder.
The globe is dead.
Are you gonna let me talk or what, bro?
That's all you say. If I got it right, then you don't need to say it. If I did it, I'll do it for you. Okay. I'll got you covered. You can go get lunch.
Go get your La La lunch.
And actually, in Hollywood, they don't do lunch, as we understand. They actually just survive purely off of adrenochrome. Look it up.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So look, have a ponder. Look at the twin boat paradox, and we'll talk about
not
it
a paradox.
Later, guys.
SE, it's not a paradox.
He doesn't understand.
Jeremy, they're getting to you, bro. They're gonna.
They're not getting to me. I just understand their place.
Watch out,
hey, Jeremy.
Watch out, bro.
God.
This is how it's the cult. So he's telling you to watch out for any kind of information that might conflict with his model, with how he is telling you the world works. And anytime he's telling you to filter any information that actually might dispute what he's already told you is the truth.
Yeah,
that's how cults work, Jeremy.
Shut up, Nate Hug.
Whereas we tell them to say, go and do your research, go and find out the facts, go and read stuff for yourself and come to a conclusion.
I mean,
it's not even about Jeremy. It's about SE being just unbelievable, just all pure rhetorician. That's it.
Well, it's not even a fucking paradox. It's like his bloody skateboard paradox. It's not a paradox.
Well, the problem is that he didn't say this yet, but he conflates hump with elevation change. So when he says hump, he doesn't mean like what Kirby was talking about, like a hump over a sagitta or a chord. He means elevation differential is what hump means to him. So he thinks things should roll off of a hump.
Yeah,
exactly.
Well, he doesn't understand basic geometry. He doesn't understand what a chord is. He made that quite clear from the outset. He hasn't got a fucking clue.
As a person who plays guitar, I know what a chord is.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. No. Words.
But do you know? Shit. Do you know what a power chord is, though? Can you do a power chord?
Dude, power chords are for people who don't know how to play guitar, man. That's what power chords are for.
And they have singing Jolene, the VC. I mean, it made me want to stab my ears out.
They have to be played with the right face.
What is
power chords? Power chords are for tradesmen when you're not close enough to a power point.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
But yeah, power chords are definitely for people like I just picked up this Stratocaster from the Strat from the 5 and Dime or the pawn shop, and I'm totally gonna be a metal. I'm totally gonna be famous.
Jukebox hero. I think everybody knows that.
People don't know what power chords are. I didn't even. I took classical guitar, and I didn't know what power chords were for years. I just didn't give a shit about them. And then somebody's like, "Yeah, check this out," and he like played some shitty Nickelback song with power chords. I'm like, "Yeah, it's neat."
Can you know what I learned about power chords and why what their reputation was in Kids in the Hall when Bobby Terrence battles Satan in a guitar battle, and he wins using power chords.
Yeah, it's just chords for people who don't
actually
know.
He won because of the wah-wah pedal.
Yeah, that's true. The wah-wah pedal. You're right. The wah-wah pedal. Thank you.
And we know that's fake because we know that Tenacious D is the true rock.
Well, and because he had Smoke on the Water to help him out too.
Little Nas.
He's like E-A-B-E-A-B-A.
But actually, if you want to get shot in a guitar shop in the UK, that's what you play.
Yes.
What? No smoke on the water. Smoke on the water.
No smoke. You start playing that, they'll just throw you out.
No Stairway to Heaven.
Yeah, well, over here it's no smoke on the water.
If you can play the solo from Stairway to Heaven, they probably won't kick you out. They'll probably give you a clap on the back.
This is true, but
you see, I sort of only get as far as the trogs on my guitar playing ability.
What Wild Thing?
Yeah. Because it's only 2.5 chords. It's not even 3 proper chords.
Oh yeah, there's not much to it, is there?
I can. I mean, I'm not as good as I should be, but I can kind of fumble my way through most songs. I can figure out how to play them. Like, I can't play, for example, Jolene exactly how Dolly Parton plays it, but I can play Jolene my way, and it works.
So the Frank Sinatra version.
I don't know the Frank Sinatra. I don't play as a big band. No, I don't play big band
my
music.
Way. So that's the Frank Sinatra
my way.
version.
I did it my way. Yeah.
Maximum respect if anybody can play Plug-in Baby.
I don't know what that is, so I don't think I can play it.
You've not heard Plug-in Baby? Oh dear.
If you're talking about Muse, anything after like Song for Absolution, I don't give a shit about because it's completely different than their first album. I like their first album.
Plug-in Baby was, I think, their second album.
It's like they went straight up like pop after their first album.